This is Racelets INDYCAR Podcast. Here are your hosts, Fred and Sydney.
What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Racelets INDYCAR Podcast. I'm Fred.
I'm Sydney.
And we've got another packed show for you today here, episode 13 of season 2. It's been quite a few weeks since our last show, but we've got, like I said, another packed show of NTT, IndyCar, and NXT action as the racing has moved on from Nashville on their way now to Portland.
Yep.
And again, on tonight's show, we're going to recap the action-packed Borchetta Bourbon Music City GP for IndyCar and IndyNXT as well. We're going to have discuss some of the latest news that's come out around the world of IndyCar just this week and even today as well.
Yeah.
We'll discuss and break down the new Dallara IR-28 and what we can expect for that amazing car here for IndyCar. And then to finish things off, we will preview this upcoming weekend's OnlyBulls Grand Prix of Portland. So, Sydney, let's get this going here. It's been 3 weeks since we've had IndyCar racing. And, we've been busy in that time.
We have been busy.
We haven't. Even though the action on track has kind of slowed down, we have been busy ourselves. And Sydney, why don't you give everybody out there who may not know what we were up to over the last couple of weeks?
The last couple of weeks, we've gotten the chance to interview some young racing drivers.
Which drivers were those?
We interviewed Max Taylor, IndyNXT driver, and then Ryan Janetta.
Ryan Janetta, USF Pro 200 driver. 200, 2000?
2000.
2000.
Yep.
Pro 2000 driver. That was really cool. Two young kids who are, already stars in the making in open wheel racing. We've seen Max Taylor having a fantastic season for, driving for Andretti here this year. And, Ryan Janetta, only 16 years old, a Southern California kid out of Redondo Beach. It was cool to see, what his career has been like and how he got into racing. Two separate stories.
Completely opposites.
Max Taylor, getting into racing
5 years ago
at the age of 12, 13.
13.
And Ryan Janetta getting into racing, karting early at the age of 6. Yeah. But one thing both gentlemen had in common was that, they are fast, but these are amazing kids.
Yeah.
Very well spoken, very intelligent, very humble young men. And thank you to Max Taylor and to Ryan Janetta for joining us and conducting a couple of interviews
those were fun.
With Sydney and I during this off time. Both, not only IndyCar, IndyNXT, and all of the USF series will be racing this weekend in Portland. There's going to be a crap ton of racing.
A lot of racing.
All the USF races will be on YouTube, and then obviously Fox will have all of the IndyNXT and IndyCar action. It's just amazing, what has happened over, this course of time. So it's been 3 weeks since the last race.
That was a crazy weekend.
Very dreadful 3 weeks though. Nothing.
I know. And it's just I feel like I don't even know where time has gone in those 2 weeks.
We've also spent a lot of time at the baseball fields.
Yes.
I also do.
We have to pass time some way without racing.
A podcast here, minor league podcast, as well as some of the other podcasts I do for Major League Baseball and the NHL. But we've been working on since we live here in Southern California, we do have single A baseball in our area with the California League. So Sydney and I have been, going to all of the stadiums here in Southern California, being able to get media credentialed and stuff like that. And really, embracing
feel the vibe of that
baseball as well, which is a huge pastime of mine. So that's been pretty cool to keep us busy as well.
Yeah.
Again, if you're new to the show or if you've tuned in before, subscribe, and follow to all of our social media channels down there below. Sydney, you're still offering 10% off
I am still offering 10%.
And how can they get that? What code is it?
Yeah, use my code SydneyBohm10. Save 10% at JavaHouse.com. It's so worth it, especially with this heat.
Oh, the heat is incredible.
Go save yourself.
Get
go
yourself
stay
some
hydrated.
Liquid Science. It's like equivalent of a Gatorade, only a little bit healthier. And the energy drinks, iced coffees, so
teas,
much
everything,
awesome
so good
stuff. Again, use code SydneyBohm10 for all of that. So, without further ado, like I said, we got a jam-packed show. We're going to try to cram as much as we can into as little amount of time as possible. So again, please, thank you for following us if you are already, and if you're new to the show, drop us a line. Welcome, send us a DM. We'd love to chat with you and get going. So
let's
IndyNXT, Sydney. Let's start where everything took place last week, 3 weeks ago in Nashville, and they had their Music City Grand Prix. And how did that race go for the IndyNXT drivers?
Yeah, that race was pretty well. Matteo Nannini was on pole for this race.
Matteo Nannini on pole.
And what's funny is, if we remember correctly, what race was it? Road America, Mid-Ohio? One of those races. It was a doubleheader weekend. He didn't start on pole. He finished second. But on a technicality,
yes, he won the race. Right. You're absolutely right. So Nashville was the very first race, official race, that he won and captured the checkered flag.
And he led pretty much all the laps.
Yeah.
So from pole to win was incredible for him.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun. A lot of great racing. Here's the top 5 of the finishers here. Like you mentioned, Matteo Nannini, Nikita Johnson up there again. Yep. He comes in second. Miles Rowe, who I thought and you thought really had a good chance.
Seemed like the obvious.
He's like the oval master.
Yeah.
For IndyNXT, he had a 3rd place finish, so he still had a podium. And he was up and down, from 6th up to 2nd.
Yeah,
I think he led maybe a lap at one point. But yeah, he was
the
consistency just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like we saw.
Maybe he needed to start
the last oval race.
I don't know.
For him, but no, fantastic as well. Max Garcia finishes in 4th. Max Taylor, the gentleman who we interviewed. He had a crazy race. Where did he start?
He started in 12th.
He started in 12th, had worked his way up through the field, I think up to 9th.
8th.
Or 8th.
I think, yeah.
Then a caution came out, and on the restart, he dropped back, I think, as far as 15th.
Yeah.
Ends up in 5th. And if there were 4 or 5 laps remaining in this race, I think he may have come away with the podium, because he was on just
after another
epic
caution came out. Yeah.
Pace. He was so fast. Josh Pearson in 6th. Lockie Hughes,
he was up there for a large part of this race.
He was up there for a large part of the race.
Top 3 for sure.
But again, he ends up in 7th. Jack Beaton coming away with 8th. Alessandro Di Tullio in 9th, and Bryce Aaron rounding off the top 10.
Yeah, so good weekend.
Very good weekend. It was I love the IndyNXT races. They don't have any pit stops, so they're out there on just the one set of tires.
And that's what's interesting about like qualifying, is that we were talking to Max, and he was like, they went out to qualifying ready for the race, because you can't change your tires after qualifying. So you either go out and you try to qualify
and race on those tires,
or you just go out, qualify like that's like average midfield, and then have a good race.
Yeah, that was a great insight by Max on that, informing us how all of that works and what their preparation was going forward to this in this race. There was a big crash in this race.
There was a pretty big crash.
Involving Jordan Missig. And that's part of the news that we were going to get to a little bit later on in the show. But let's talk about it right now, since we're
let's talk about the IndyNXT breaking news.
What's going on with Jordan Missig here, Sid?
Yeah, so he put out a post yesterday, I believe, that he will not be returning for the remainder of the 2026 season.
That's a shame.
Motorsports.
So it's not due to injury, right?
It's not. It was due to just, I think, financial reasons.
Funding for the team, because
and just
the car
the repairs.
Was wrecked.
Yeah. It's a pretty bad crash.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, Jordan's a really good dude. Mm-hmm. We like talking to him and seeing him everywhere. I'm sure he'll be at the tracks if you still go to be involved. I mean, this has got to be gut-wrenching and heartbreaking for him, obviously, to go through this, because he wants to be out there, and it's no fault of his own. In fact, he was involved in a crash that was not even his fault. So that makes things even worse. But Jacob Abel will be taking over and driving the 48 car of Abel Racing Motorsports
in Portland.
So that's a cool little feature there.
And then we'll see who takes over the rest of the 3 races. Probably will be Jacob Abel.
I think Abel will probably continue to race the remainder of the season. And that's not the only driver that's changing seats here in Portland City. Who else is moving?
We have a new driver, Bart Harrison, taking over the number 17 car in Portland and Laguna Seca.
And that is Salvador de Alba's car, correct?
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't think it was specified why he's taking over, but yeah.
Nonetheless,
will be racing.
He will be racing, and that is a name you might want to start, thinking about.
His birthday is actually on Sunday too.
Well, we both have August 9th birthday, so Bart,
race day
happy
birthdays.
early birthday to you, bud. That's going to be a lot of fun there. So, yeah, the race was great. Like you said, oval races are so much fun. There was so many passes being made. I don't even know what the total count was.
Oh, I don't either.
At the end, but I think there were quite a few.
Yeah.
In this one. So now we move over to the IndyNXT standings, and again we have a flip flop.
Yeah, we do.
Who is leading?
Nikita Johnson is leading, but only by 1 point.
That is so close.
Yeah.
Enzo Fittipaldi had been leading going into Nashville. But with Nikita Johnson's podium finish, he is now the current points leader in IndyNXT racing. A 1 point lead over Enzo and a 25-point lead over Timothée Kuharczyk. After that, Max Taylor is 90 points down, not completely out of it yet. There's still, some racing left to go. 4 races left. Lockie Hughes rounding out the top 5 at 106 points down. So I think it's really
top 3,
at least top 3 right now. I really hope Max Taylor can get back into it. He's got some success in his past career driving at Portland. So we'll see if he can build upon,
he's driven at all these last tracks
he had there before. So anything else as far as IndyNXT stuff, Sydney? Not a whole lot of news ever.
No, I don't think so. Not a whole lot of news right now.
There was a post I did see today, and I don't know, I didn't look into it. I didn't see if the legitimacy of it, but it had something to do with maybe Team Penske backing out of, backing Miles Rowe into their,
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I said,
what?
I don't know if it was a legitimate post. I don't even remember who posted it. I saw it, and it before I could even click on it, my page refreshed, and it was gone.
That's
so
weird. I don't know why they would do that, because they were just talking about how getting him to do some oval testing with them.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that was just somebody, being a jerk or something like that, or if there was actually legitimacy to it. So maybe we'll see some more stuff as far as that goes with Miles Rowe. But yeah, interesting to see how this race goes for IndyNXT. They'll be racing Sunday morning, correct?
Yeah, I think it's 11 a.m. race.
Perfect.
So not too early.
West Coast race.
I know. That's what's nice about this whole weekend. Everything's same time zone.
I don't have to rush to make the breakfast.
I know.
And do everything like I normally do. So
sleep in.
We'll be able to sleep in a little bit here. So let's move on now to IndyCar, Sydney.
This is a crazy weekend.
The race weekend?
It was a 4-day weekend, technically.
Oh my gosh. So, yes, absolutely. This was supposed to be the perfect transition for Fox Sports and IndyCar. And because the World Cup championship game, Argentina, Spain, was taking place on Fox before the Borchetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix. That game went into extra time, which meant that the game time at least went an extra 30 minutes, plus the festivities,
medaling and everything,
and every the ceremonies, all of that. It was like another hour. The IndyCar race was maybe set to start at 2:30 or 4:30 Nashville time, and by the time it got started, bad weather started rolling in to Nashville, and we were under a lightning delay.
Yeah. And then
the lightning delay turned into a rain delay?
Well, it was lightning was in the area during the World Cup game. And then it cleared up, I think. And then the game went to overtime. And then then it just kept going. So then more lightning, and then eventually after I think it was 6 o'clock for us, it was pouring rain.
Yeah, and
the clouds were crazy.
They postponed the race until Monday afternoon, which was fine with me because I am off work on Mondays, and Sid, you're still on summer break. So I'm all right. We got a noon race on a Monday afternoon. Let's watch this thing, and it was a great race. But even before all the racing started, Sydney, take us back to qualifying.
Yeah, so qualifying was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Okay, so Joseph Newgarden actually almost got pole.
Yeah, he did.
Because how it goes backwards from championship standings.
Yes.
But thank goodness, Kyle Kirkwood.
Dude!
Pole.
Kyle Kirkwood getting the pole at Nashville. Had he won a pole at Nashville before?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I should have known that, but I don't know. Kyle Kirkwood, who isn't really known for being a master at ovals, was fastest. I mean, faster than Alex Palou, faster than all of the Penske cars, but all the Penske cars are extremely fast this week.
Talking about Penske cars, I don't know what this track has on David Malukas, but there's some real curse.
Let's do the rewind. What happened last
2025.
year? What happened last year? Last year, Nashville was the finale.
Last year, I was so mad about this for at least a week. So, David Malukas, I think he was up there for like the win.
Yes, he was.
And Louis Foster, who was a rookie, was a lap down and caused a crash. And they ended up having to fly David Malukas in a helicopter to a hospital, not even like a local hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was bad. And then
David had a great chance to win last year.
And
Louis Foster caused that wreck.
Yeah.
Louis Foster also caused the wreck against Joseph Newgarden at Gateway last year as well.
Yeah.
So he was causing all kinds of wrecks. David wasn't racing for Penske at the time though. He
wasn't racing for Penske, but this track just has something on him.
So what happened?
Should not.
What did it do to him this time?
I think it was
qualifying.
Friday practice.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he just got high or locked up or something, and he hit, and he
basically destroyed the car, right?
It was weird because even the guys on like Fox are like, we've never seen the steering wheel come out of the car, but his knee like popped it out.
The impact he made with the wall, his knee.
Yeah. Like he took his hands out and everything, so his hands were fine.
Rose up a little bit, and his knee hit the steering wheel. And it dislocated the steering wheel. Yeah. David didn't have to get, life flighted.
No, but he
did have to seek, treatment.
Yeah, because he didn't get cleared at the medical center.
He missed qualifying. Yeah. There was a replacement. It was so close. We almost saw Connor Daly racing for Team Penske. Yep. It was down to the minute.
It literally was. And then we got to qualifying.
And so that's where the decision had to be made.
Yep, by the team.
You could go in with Connor Daly. Filling in for David Malukas, correct?
Yeah. He could qualify. But if he qualified for David Malukas,
he would
have to race. So the team was like, okay, you know what? We're just going to work on the car. David, he already had a penalty. I think it was like 9 places. So
you know what? Starting in the back regardless.
Let's just work on the car, and David will start last.
And David was cleared to go and race on Sunday, which ended up being Monday.
Yeah, so we got that extra
you talk about an awesome race for David Malukas.
I know.
There was a point where he was leading this race and was dominating. It came up to a series of some cautions. Unfortunately, he got caught in one.
Those guys in the booth were jinxing it the whole time.
Came out, literally one lap later, caution comes out, and it kind of messed up David's current path. Yeah. Everybody else was able to get back on the same tire strategy.
Because he was on a different
starting strategy. 25th. David Malukas was still able to come away with a podium.
Yeah. He finished 3rd.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Simply
even after being on a different pit strategy and the yellow coming out and everything, being lapped down, he still finished 3rd.
Yeah.
Such a good race.
You know what? Another guy who I was really looking forward to seeing race and who's been pretty good on the ovals up to this point was Kyle Collette.
I know.
But that just doesn't translate. Something happens. He just can't complete the races.
Yeah, he always somehow crashes or something happens to the car. It's so weird how because he'll qualify good and he'll start the race really good. Mm-hmm. And then it just goes downhill from there.
Okay, now we have maybe the most controversy that we've seen in quite a while. And the interviews were even better. Cindy, break down what happened between Alexander Rossi and Scott Dixon, please.
Okay, I don't even know what happened. Rossi claims that he was going into the pit lane, getting ready to go into the pits.
Yeah.
But it looked like he just brake checks Dixon, right?
Okay, so obviously it's an oval. watching it on TV. Scott Dixon literally just runs into the backside of
Alexander
Rossi. Similar to what just happened to me a few days ago. I was rear-ended.
Yeah, funny enough.
Yeah, funny. My neck is still a little jacked up, unfortunately. But the guys in the booth even thought that Alexander Rossi was
it was weird.
Not in a position to pit. He was a little too high on track.
Yep.
But Rossi, he stood by his word and saying, yeah, he was coming into pit, and Scott Dixon just ran right into him. So both of those guys, thought complete opposite, and both days were ruined.
Actually, no, I think Dixon
was able to get back out there, but just didn't have, that strong of a day that we were expecting of him. Yeah, that was strange. A lot of, tension, it seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Alexander Rossi, ECR. Man, those guys are really
not a good weekend
struggling.
for ECR again, because Christian Rasmussen hit the wall and could barely make it into the pits. Like, he could barely steer.
Yeah, speaking of going into the pits, Dennis Hauger.
Yeah, spun towards the end of the race.
Oh, man, that guy can't catch a break. It seems like he has
he needs a new team. He really does.
He does need a new team. David Malukas, like you mentioned, he's cursed right now by Nashville.
Literally, let's end it, please, next year.
But moving up, starting 25th, finishing 3rd, right?
Yep.
22 spots moved. It was so close for him coming from the back of the field and winning. And it was
cute because after the race was over and stuff, he went back to the hospital and took a pic that he was at and took a picture with all his nurses or whatever with his trophy. It was so cute.
That's cute. What a good dude. But Alex Palou comes away.
I know. Spain sweep.
A Spain sweep, yes. He was able to watch Spain knock off Argentina in that World Cup final. And then
do it the next day.
Was going to go out there and complete the Spain sweep on the same day. Unfortunately, he did have to wait a day. But Alex looked fantastic on track as well. And
we could have had a completely different race if it was a Sunday race.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know.
But it really came. Alex and the number 10 crew did exactly everything they were supposed to. The pit stops were fantastic. Timed just perfectly. I think he was bailed out yet again.
On a yellow?
From another yellow going in his favor. It was just crazy. But then you look at, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, you've got Joseph Newgarden, David Malukas, and Scott McLaughlin. All
Scotty
three
Mack
Penske
had a
cars.
Really strong weekend.
Scotty Mack, I was really pulling for him.
He led quite a few laps.
He did lead some in this race. He was awesome. He is still yet to win this season. Joseph Newgarden, the only winner for Team Penske with his 2 wins.
Yeah.
At 2 of the ovals. And then also in the top 5, you had rounding out Felix Rosenqvist, who kind of just wasn't really involved much of the race, but just slowly, found his way going further and further up. And this had just come off, him making the announcement that he was going to move on to Arrow McLaren.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see him come away, with another top 5 there. Marcus Ericsson, who's been outstanding this season, one of his best seasons ever, if not his best season overall. With Andretti, comes away in 6th. We'll be talking about Marcus Ericsson later on
him
in this show. Pato O'Ward, again, didn't qualify well, wasn't really in the race. He got up to about 4th or 5th, I think, at one point.
I think.
And ended up coming away with a 7th place finish, a lot better than
horrible.
I think that they expected. The rest of the cars for Arrow were disappointing. But the biggest surprise.
Mick Schumacher.
Mick Schumacher, his best result of the season. And on an oval, too.
I know.
Outstanding. And then right behind him in 9th place, Kiffin Simpson.
Yep.
A huge top 10 for him. And then rounding out the top 10, Kyle Kirkwood, the man who started on pole. It just wasn't really his race. He led a little bit of it, but then, the way that the cautions and stuff came out, just kind of took him out of it. I think they had a couple hiccups on the pit stops, if I'm not mistaken, because that's just typical of Andretti to do that. But it was Alex Palou winning the race, and back in the win column, and by doing so now he's moved his lead in the championship back up, and he has kind of buffered the lead that he had. I think he had like a 40-point lead over Christian Lundgaard, Dave Malukas, and Kyle Kirkwood.
Yeah.
And now after winning in Nashville, he has 547 total points, 83 points up on second place David Malukas, 87 up on third place Kyle Kirkwood. And that's kind of just where it might end. I mean,
think that's where
Christian Lundgaard, who's still in limbo for next year, still seem to think that he's going to go to Ganassi. Is fourth in the championship at 104 points back, and then still back there, Pato Award at 121. So I think it's really coming down to these three.
Yeah.
Alex Palou, as we know, is fantastic on road courses. As we go into and start to preview Portland, how is Alex done in Portland, Sid, over the last?
He's done pretty great. He's won there.
He has won there. You're absolutely right.
So he's won there, and not only has he won a race there, but he also won his championship there last year.
He did.
Which is crazy to think about. Both IndyNXT and IndyCar championships were decided this time of year. This race last year.
Yeah, but we have a couple extra races at the end of the year this year that we didn't have last year. I think we just had the two Wisconsins, possibly, if I remember correctly, and then Nashville.
Well, it was end of August.
Finale. Yeah, but this year we've added Markham later in the season.
Yeah,
the DC race coming up, which is
also
news we can talk about. The DC race is now going to be an official 250 mile race. They've added more laps to it.
147, I think. Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. Don't tempt me with a good time with
more racing.
More racing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that brings us now, I think, to this weekend's OnlyBulls Grand Prix of Portland. Will Power did not win it last year in this car here. He won it in his Penske car. The first win for Penske last year came from Will Power in this race before Joseph obviously won the finale in Nashville. So a race that Power has been dominant at before. I think he can continue to do that this week. Sid, what do you think about his chances going forward?
Yeah, I hope it's a good weekend for Will Power. I think he definitely needs he needs to be on the podium again. I think Aero could have a good weekend.
I think they can
Last year, Christian Lundgaard he won the pole.
Yes, he did.
But he didn't start on pole because of a penalty or something. So Pato actually started on pole.
Yeah.
But I think it could still be a good weekend for both of them.
Yeah, but Christian Lundgaard did finish second in last
year's
race. Alex Palou came away with a third place. Graham Rahal, who had a horrible Nashville, looks to get back on track. He finished fourth in Portland last year. And I hope for Graham's sake that he can get back into it.
I know.
And put a good result in because, he's had a pretty good year up to this point.
Yeah. He had those 3 races in a row or something.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah.
Has a couple of third place finishes. So we'll see what he can do there. The Meyer Shane cars, I think, are going to be good again. Felix Rosenquist will be driving again another Grateful Dead car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A new one.
Real original. Not the tie-dye version, but
it's
a big
like
Deadhead logo on the side.
Blue,
which is,
red, and white.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks good.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So, yeah, we got that coming up this weekend. Race or practice Friday, qualifying Saturday, race on Sunday, my birthday. And it's going to be so nice. We're going to, have some food and just have a great
it's a 1:00 race, so it's a nice afternoon race.
I really wish I could have been able to get up there and make this race.
I know.
Portland's just a little bit too far. And
you start school the next day.
So
horrible to think about. But anyways.
It's not that horrible to think about. It's really not. But, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good weekend. I'm excited.
I'm
really excited for cars back on track.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just not that. Like we mentioned, the USF series will be racing. Catch them on YouTube. IndyNXT will be there as well. And a lot going on. Speaking of a lot going on,
we've had a lot.
The new Dallara,
I know,
IR-28 was unveiled and tested this week
at IMS.
Who tested that car?
Alex Palou and Alexander Rossi.
Palou and Rossi both testing. Alex with the Honda. And Alex, number 2.
Alex. Yeah, number 2. Yeah. Very cool to see.
And you know what? It's just not a refresh. I mean, the DW12 has been around since 2012. It's time for a change. You know what? Now with this new car, we're going to be, about 100 pounds lighter. The aerodynamics are going to be better as well.
We're going to be a lot faster.
It's going to be faster. It's going to improve times, especially like at Indy, which they're really,
which is
I didn't see what kind of times, Alex put down in his testing, but he was very fast. 2.4 liter twin turbo V6 engines, which is a huge improvement over what they've got right now. Like the aerodynamic, like I mentioned as well, is really going to, I think, make racing a lot tighter.
Yeah, it is
tighter in a series that's already so tight.
I know, and it's going to be
just doing this to really lock down Alex, or could he really benefit from having such a missile with this new car?
I feel like he already does good in dirty air, so with no dirty air, let's see how much better he can do.
Absolutely. Here's a picture of it right here. That's a beautiful car.
I know.
At first, I was like, okay, a little bit too futuristic for me.
Right? That's what I was thinking, but it is different.
I do like it, and the more...
And, like, the back is different, too. I just now noticed that.
The back right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
wing.
That.
Crazy.
I think this is going to be fantastic. It's going to take a little bit of time getting used to.
But it'll be good.
Here's another really cool picture of it right there. But, also improved with the physics of the car to make it faster and lighter. They've also improved on, the cockpit ergonomics as well. It's going to be, better for safety.
Yeah.
And, the digital position displays right here. I'm looking forward
those
to
are
this.
Cool.
We had these on the cars at the top of the cars a few years ago, and then they got rid of those. And now those will be on there. It'll be showing, what place the driver is in their position. And they're going to update the aero screen. See that? Again, this is a digital version of it. The real car, they'll have more pictures again. You can find them online. But
yeah,
I think this is going to be awesome. It's everything that they've been waiting for.
Yeah, it is.
And, it's just time that
we change it up.
Change it up. The drivers have been talking about it for a while.
Let's hope, I think we're getting a new hybrid, so let's hope
760 horsepower as well. The hybrid engine is going to be better.
Because I feel like these hybrids have failed us this season. Specifically.
Yeah, it'll be an evolved, low voltage hybrid system. It's going to provide better energy storage with that expanded deployment options in a package that's about 20 pounds lighter than what they're currently using. So that just goes into that overall weight. I'm really looking forward to this car. I think it's going to be so much fun. Again, that's going to debut in 2028. So
you have to wait.
Still have to wait next year. But man, it is a beautiful car, though. I really
it is. It's really nice.
Isn't it nice?
I know, and I think with all the liveries, the different colors, it's going to look so good.
Oh, it's going to look so good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That takes us now to more breaking news. Okay. We have so much news that's just unfolded. We had some stuff today, some stuff yesterday as well.
Some stuff
let's get right into that,
Nashville.
Cindy. Let's start with what just happened today.
Okay, yeah. Today, Andretti decided to tease us in the beginning, and the morning it was they put their 28 car, and they're something loading or something.
I thought it was just a new livery.
That's what I thought too. And then I saw people commenting, and I was like, okay, wait. And then they posted a video. Marcus Ericsson will be back in 2027. So Andretti is locked in.
Their team is locked in. They're going to continue with Kirkwood, Power, and Ericsson.
Yep.
And I am excited about that. It's a one-year deal for Marcus, and I think he's earned every bit of it with what we've seen out of him this year.
I agree.
How he's finished in these races. Hasn't really got the podiums or a win or anything like that, but overall he's been very good, and it's nice to see him, who's had a couple of down seasons. So he'll be back driving the 28 in 27. Also, it was just announced yesterday or the day before.
Yesterday.
We'll be going back to Phoenix, baby!
I am so excited about that. I loved that track.
That was so much fun for Sydney.
I can't wait.
Going back to Phoenix is going to be awesome. That was our, her first
oval
experience.
Oval race,
I hadn't been in an oval in a very long time, and Phoenix, 4.5-5 hour drive.
Yeah, not too bad
for us. It is awesome, and thank God they're doing it. Again in March.
In March, yeah.
And this time though, will be racing after, I think, whatever NASCAR.
We're on Saturday still, but
series. So I think we're going to be pushed more to the afternoon,
like a more evening race.
Yes,
that'd be
I would love
fun.
if this race. I don't know if they've made it official or not. What the starting time is.
We've been talking about
put this back
race.
To like a 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock under the lights. Hell yes.
We've been talking about that ever since the race ended. That race ended.
I know, but it's great.
I feel like
we really thought positive that this was going to happen again, and it has. And that merger with NASCAR is going to take place. That was an awesome weekend. So get out there. If you're a NASCAR fan, you get to experience IndyCar. For us, that was our first time seeing NASCAR as well. And then the last bit of news to come out, it was a little bit older than this week, is
Dreyer and Reinbold Racing is going to be a team next year. They will return
just time. One car, correct?
That's
and they're going to be
that's what's like
they
weird.
Have their partnership with RLL. Is it a loaner from RLL? How do they?
Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. Is RLL will be 2 cars next year.
Correct.
So so Dreyer and Reinbold's going to take a car.
So are
probably
we thinking it's Mick Schumacher? Okay.
If he stays in that car, yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Or I was thinking, obviously, first name that comes to mind when you think, Dreyer and Reinbold's Connor Daly.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe that means Louis Foster moves on from RLL and they go with Graham and Mick. I don't know. There's still, so much uncertainty after, all the Scott Dixon, Felix Rosenquist stuff. I don't think this is going to come down until after the season that we see everything unfold.
Who knows? Well, if
Meyer Shank still has that seat to fill.
And
Armstrong's still going to be there.
Is always that team to wait until the week before St. Pete to sign a driver. So we'll see.
Yep. This year was Grosjean. The year before, Renus VK.
Yeah.
And that's pretty big news though.
I know.
Ryan Reinbold getting back into the game, and they will have a car.
I think it's weird that's only 1 car though.
Yeah, it's weird, but I think with going into the next year.
Oh yeah.
Then they'll have 2 cars back there. Yeah. A lot of talk with stuff going on with Hunkos as well. See, what happens with them over the next couple of weeks. Also, so really looking forward to cars back on track starting tomorrow with practice.
Yeah, starting tomorrow, and then it's 6 races in 5 weeks. So back to back. So
yeah, we've got Markham coming up. We've got Milwaukee doubleheader.
Freedom 250.
With the Freedom 250, and then the season finale, Laguna Seca.
Can't wait.
Anything else, Sid?
Not that
in regards to IndyCar and the week or anything like that. Obviously, they announced. I think that the new IndyCar game has been announced. I think we already talked about that before. About that. That will be coming out around the time of the Indy 500
next year. Yep.
And by the time, I really hope that they don't delay and can do an easy patch for the new
car
chassis.
I know.
On for when the 28 season comes out, it's just an easy, add to the game there. But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. All of our social media channels are down here below.
Follow.
Sid,
what?
I need your predictions on who's coming away this weekend. Give me your top 3.
Oh, I don't know.
And give me your top 3, or who's going to win, or who's going to be the biggest surprise for you.
I don't know.
You know.
I don't know.
Why don't you know? Okay, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to say.
Hold on. Here you go.
I don't know either.
Right?
I really don't, because Alex Palou wins this race, and then he's just that much closer to clinching the championship already and just winding his gap. There's no doubt I think he's going to finish in the top 5 guaranteed. Top 3 probably most likely. I'd like to see Will Power. This is a track that he's been so good at.
That I'm thinking.
And Will, I'm a huge fan of Will, so I got to go for Will Power. Also, you know what? I'm wearing my locked down hat here.
Yeah.
Scotty Max
from Scott
AAA. You know what? There were only 2 of these. and they belong to me and Scotty Mack. You know,
Twins.
Scotty gave this one to me at Long Beach. You know, it's got the Penske logo there and the Scotty Mack here. I see all these, you know, social media influencers out there getting packages from Lockdown. So Lockdown, yeah, I'm right here with you. Send me a Scotty Mack care package. We would love that here at Racelets IndyCar Podcast. But I think that's going to do it for us here tonight. I really don't have anything else that I need to go over. I think we kind of covered everything in, 40 minutes time, which is pretty
good.
It was very good.
I know.
We'll have lots more to come after this week because we'll be pushing shows out every week from here on to the end of the season. And hopefully we'll be able to get a couple more driver interviews before the season is over as well.
Yeah.
But
I think that's where we conclude for tonight.
For Fred.
And Sydney.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Racelets IndyCar Podcast. We hope you follow us, like, subscribe, and check us out on all of our social media pages. What's going on here? Everything. Great night. We'll see you.